Welcome back to the Good News capstone of this Lenten devotional series based on Mark's Gospel. You can see that I dressed for Resurrection Day, and we'll read the account of that resurrection in Mark 16, 1-8. When the Sabbath was over, Mary Magdalene and Mary the mother of James and Salome bought spices so that they might go and anoint him. And very early on the first day of the week, when the sun had risen, they went to the tomb. They had been saying to one another, "Who will roll away the stone for us from the entrance to the tomb?" When they looked up, they saw that the stone, which was very large, had already been rolled back. As they entered the tomb, they saw a young man dressed in a white robe sitting on the right side, and they were alarmed. But he said to them, "Do not be alarmed. You are looking for Jesus of Nazareth, who has been crucified. He has been raised. He is not here. Look, there's the place they laid him. But go, tell his disciples and Peter that he is going ahead of you to Galilee. There you will see him, just as he told you." So they went out and fled from the tomb, for terror and amazement had seized them, and they said nothing to anyone, for they were afraid. This is the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. Immediately we get it. This is good news. But there's much more to see. Here's an earthy story to help us see. For months, the guards at a remote border crossing had watched an old man push a wheelbarrow full of manure across the border each day. And every day the guards searched through the manure because they were certain he must be smuggling, but they never found anything. Finally, one of the guards was retiring, and he just had to know how the old man fooled them. So he asked, "Look, I'm retiring, and I know you've been smuggling something all this time, but what? I won't tell anyone." And the old man answered, "Wheelbarrows." Now that's a goofy story, but the point is this. Once the guard had been told, he would never see the old man and his wheelbarrow the same again. But till he had been told, he couldn't see what he was seeing, which is exactly what happened with the women who went to the tomb. They saw, but they didn't see. Even when the angel told them what they were seeing, they didn't see it first. And it was the same later in the day with the men. They saw with their eyes, but they didn't really see. But read a little farther in the accounts, and you'll notice that they did begin to see, and when they did, everything was different. In fact, Mark focuses on seeing as he tells this best of the good news. He actually uses 6 different verbs to describe seeing. You can't tell it from the English, but every one of the 6 in Mark's Greek is a different word, like we have multiple English words for seeing: scrutinize, observe, gaze, and so on. Mark used multiple seeing words to add an exclamation point to the good news. He wants us to see something, really see. One of these 6 seeing verbs is not descriptive, but directive. In verse 6, where the angel told the women, "See for yourselves." He had already told them what was up. Jesus has been raised. But he added, "See for yourselves." The angel knew how seeing works with us. He knew that the women could see and not see at the same time, like the border guards. But once they saw, they would never see the same again. Read on in the New Testament what happened in their lives. They had seen something and were never the same again. And that's the Lord's plan for you this Resurrection Day. See, look, behold, scrutinize, take it in, and once you do, life will never look the same again. Thanks for joining me on this Lenten journey through Mark. It's such good news. Each day I've suggested some questions for you to ponder, but not today, not Resurrection Day. Just rejoice. Rejoicing will help you to see. God bless you.